All right, let's see what puzzles have for us on a Thursday, starting with connections. Apostrophe, there's the Oxford comma. Oxford comma, there we go, it's right there, comma. Apostrophe, comma, that seems too obvious. Serial number, telephone number, atomic number, and social security number. These are numbers. Numbers is probably the blue. Pigment. Okay, I don't even know what that means. Meat lovers, Hawaiian. These are types of pizzas. You can have a white pizza. I'm not sure what some of these mean. I don't know what these two are. Maybe I should know those words, but I don't think I do. I'm not positive on this one either. Is this one? That might actually be a thing. Sort of a punctuation mark or a mark on a letter. I wonder if these are also. Okay, meat lovers, Hawaiian. These are pizzas. These are numbers. These might be punctuation or some sort of marks like that with maybe apostrophe or comma. We're gonna have pigment. Pig, ox. Pig, ox. Rat. And dragon? Starts with, I don't know, are those like Chinese, the years of the things or whatever? It could be. What's the other pizza? Okay, so maybe Okina or Diavola or whatever those are. Maybe one of those is a pizza thing? I'm gonna try this as the purple. I think, because it starts with Chinese zodiac animals. All right, okay. And then I think the numbers is gonna be the blue. Major numbers is the green. Okay, well, we didn't get the colors. So now Hawaiian meat lovers in white. It's gotta be. Is this a type of pizza? I'm gonna go with it. Kinds of pizza. I don't know what that is. Okay, and then these must be like punctuation, similarly shaped typographical marks. Oh, okay, so let's see. What's a cedilla? Or cedilla? I don't know. It depends what language it's used in. It's a little tail. It does kind of look like a comma. Okina. It's a consonant, but it looks like an apostrophe? Huh. Okay, and then Diavola. Oh, like named after the devil, like devil pizza. Space classic. Okay. There you go. Very interesting. I didn't know some of those, but all right, we're gonna move on to today's map tap. Casablanca, Morocco. Well, Morocco's right here. Casablanca, I don't know where Casablanca is. Let's just go up there at the top. I don't think that's probably right, but ooh, okay. Well, not bad. We were in the right country. I didn't turn on the sounds. There we go. Estonia is up here. You got Latvia and Lithuania, and Estonia is north of them. I don't know. It's up here somewhere. Let's go right there. I don't know. Oh, farther north. I was in the country though, wasn't I? Yep, I was. Okay. That's all you can do is get in the right country. India. I don't know. Let's just go middle of India. Oh! Could have been really bad. Could have been a lot worse than that in India. For sure, I'll take that. 94 in somewhere like India, China, Russia, any of those is pretty good. Asuncion, Paraguay. is Paraguay's in here-ish. Interesting. You can see all these like fields, I assume, is what these shapes are. Is that a city up there? There's a city down here. I'm gonna go with that one. Right there at the corner of the rivers. Yes. Yes. Yeah, this one, I wonder what this, I don't know if this is a city up here or it looks like a bunch of fields. Interesting. Okay, Senegal. Senegal's the one that has the Gabon. Yes, the Gabon, it's like it almost looks like a snake cut out of the middle of the country. So it kind of goes, I think it's more north than south though, but it kind of goes around here. Senegal. I'm gonna go right up there along that river. Oh, really close, really close. I was in the right spot though. Yep, see how there's this bit that's cut out right along that river? It's very interesting. All right, 971, pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy with that, especially with an India in there. So let me know if you are from or have been to any of these places that we tapped on, and then we will move on to 4x3. Okay. Well, a bong and a joint and a pipe. Interesting. Okay. Goomba, Koopa, and pipe. Yep. So Mario things, which is especially interesting considering the custom puzzle I posted. Was that the one 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. That I gave the solution to yesterday that had the Mario Brothers stuff in it. Hose, a pipe, and a tube, and then pipe, rose, and wine glass. Pipe, rose, and wine glass. It's gotta be the purple. Things with stems. Okay. Okay, and then, I mean, probably Mario Brothers as the blue. That's the green. Okay. Is it gonna be the smoking things? That's the yellow. That's the easiest one? Okay, well, interesting. I don't want to pass judgments on Hank Green, but it is interesting sometimes when you see what the creator of a puzzle, this applies to connections as well, and you could apply it to puzzles that I make, I'm sure, as well. But it's interesting when you see what they consider easy and hard. But at any rate, there you go. Let's move on now to today's Holly. This is the like Hangman game for movie. Something weird happened with the background. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. The keyboard looks especially funky there. I'm still working on this. The little hacks I'm doing to the sites. This is an interesting one. So we have one number or letter, a dash, and 3, and it's gonna be X-Men. Very cool. So if you are a fan of the X-Men movie, I know I've seen it probably in the year 2000, you know, when it came out. It's been a long time. I don't really remember it too well, but if you're a fan, let me know. And if you haven't seen it, let me know and how your solve of this puzzle went. All right, well, yesterday I posted a custom crossword puzzle, and I did have some people request that I go through the solution. So obviously I already know the answers, but we'll just go through. I don't know if we want to do the across or the downs. I mean, we'll have to do both, I guess. But so let's just start at the top. DVD part. Well, if you know digital video disc, and the only one of those that, why is it not working? The only one of those that's 5 letters is video. All right, and then savory gelatin dish. This one's a little bit unusual, but aspic is what that is, if you're familiar with the dish. Continental divide. Now, the question mark often means it's a little bit clever. This one is ocean, because the ocean divides continents. Center line on a stick figure is that figure's torso. Stop is to cease. One lurking under a bridge or online would be a troll. Complies with the ADA, perhaps. If it complied, the Americans with Disabilities Act would mean it is accessible. And then now we could look at some of the downs, I guess, since we've got some letters, but not shy. If you're vocal, you're not shy. A pole topper is an ice cap, like the North Pole, South Pole. Diffuses is going to be deactivates. Let's go over here. What you've got on is your attire, what you're wearing. Ice cream's dairy-free cousin is sorbet. Marx's working class is the proletariat. Now we got 17 across. Longs crossing would be longitude, latitude. And the fact that it was abbreviated there was to indicate that the answer is abbreviated. Indigenous people of Canada. I spelled proletariat wrong because it's the Cree people. There we go. Let's look at 16 down. Diving equipment is scuba. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus is what that actually stands for. Turn on one toe would be to pirouette. It's not necessarily on one toe, but it could be, and perhaps on one toe. Hop, skip, or jump, those are all verbs, action words. Hearth residue is ash. That's what's left after you burn something in the hearth. King John's 1215 document is the Magna Carta. Let's do some downs here. Have a second thought is to regret. Having second thoughts is, regretting things. Cantankerous would be ornery. What you will is your estate in a will. What you leave, what you will to someone is your estate. Different kind of will, I guess. But yeah, Greek underworld is, of course, Hades. Let's see. Let's look at the across here. Way outside the mainstream is an unusual word. Outre, I believe. It has an accent over the E normally, but I think it's outre. But it means it's unusual, it's weird, it's outside the mainstream. Drive, steer. Easily annoyed would be testy, and then you have sunrise direction in Berlin is Ost, or I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the German word for east. Speechless is mute. Let's see, Florence farewell is ciao. That's how you say hello or goodbye in Italian. Florence is in Italian, or Florence is in Italy. Old war story would be the Iliad. Quartz variety would be a gate, or however you pronounce that word. Hall and Oates is the pop partners, and a bit of pond growth. Alga, or it's algae, but it's a single. It's the singular version of algae. Algae is the plural. So, and some people may have noticed that aspic was a recent Wordle answer. It was one of the ones that people thought was really hard just a few days ago, and so I thought it would be fun to include that in the crossword puzzle here. So there you go. Let me know if you thought these were good clues, bad clues, too hard, too easy. Let me know what you thought so that when I make future ones, I'll know how hard to make them for you. So, and which clue maybe was your favorite and your least favorite? How about that? And then now let's look at today's custom puzzle, which is a 4x3. So this is a custom puzzle that I made on the site. And since it's on Hank Green's site, the coding is going to work better than the sites where I tried to code the puzzles myself. But there you go. Link in the description and on the screen there where you can go solve this custom 4x3, and I'll have the solution for you tomorrow. And now we're going to look at today's Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with every. We could do an ER word. That could be good. Let's do super and see if that's a super guess. Okay. Not super, but no contradictions, which is interesting. So let's do an RE. We could do reset. No, we can't do reset. There's at most one E because we have the two gray E's in every, and they can't both be lies. We could do resin. That's pretty good. Okay, we still don't have. Oh, that one of the S's is a lie. So there's definitely no E, and there definitely is an R. Okay, so let's do RN, and we could start with the S. That would work, and then new letters, something like siren or something, but obviously that doesn't work. Spurn. We can't do the P or the U. Scorn. There we go. Okay, well, one of the N's is a lie, so there's definitely no S. So this is a lie. Means all of those are true. Okay, so if we want to do ORN, the C will have to be at the beginning. If you want to do the green N, and you have to have an I. That's not going to work. So the green N has to be a lie. So these are true. Okay, so you could do this, and new letters? Yeah. but I don't know how that's gonna work. Interesting. Something like thorn is really close, but we can't do the N. We need a different letter at the end. We can do no C. That could be the lie, but something O-R-T? Or O-R-D? O-R-D? Fjord. Fjord is an interesting guess. Let's go for it. Okay, well, O-R-D is good. You know, chord almost works, except the problem is there's no lie in scorn then. If you do a C not second, then you've got to have an N, and it couldn't be at the end then. I mean, you could do O-R-M, something like storm, O-R-K, stork, O-R-T. We can't do a Y. So you can't do like glory. Oh, what if we did an A at the end? We could do agora, which is interesting. Oh, but we need an F, a J, or a D. That's why I was trying to do D. But we could still do the A at the end and do flora. What? What is going on with this? I mean, is there any way that one of the O or the R could be the lie? It would have to be the lie 3 times in a row, but what would that mean? If the O was the lie, it would mean you have a C, you have an A, you would have to have a J or a D, and a C and an A. Chard? Would that work? No. Oh no, the O being the lie means there's no D. Oh yeah. So we would have to have the C and the A. Chart. Does chart work? It does. If the O is the lie 3 times in a row. Wow. Okay, well, I was feeling like, man, I can't believe I can't think of the answer, but the same one 3 times in a row. Wow. All right, well, that makes it definitely a little bit harder. Got there in the end, though, so okay. Let me know how you did on that one. And now on to today's Wordle, starting with draft, like usual. We got the R. Let's go super. We did that on the Fibble, see if that's a super guess. Okay. Or you are? Could do a double R, something like hurry. That's not bad since we have the yellow R. Let's go with that. Okay. So it's murky. N M burly, murky, curly, burly, curvy. Okay, let's do curly. Because curvy and burly are both possibilities as well. I'm thinking murky. Is there... You are... Yeah, all I'm thinking of is murky. I'm gonna go for it. I've got one more guess just in case there's a word I'm not thinking of. There we go. All right, very nice. Well, I don't know if I quite solved it in a hurry, but not too bad. Anyways, there you go. Let me know how your solve went on all of these puzzles today, and go check out that custom puzzle of mine. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.